Raju, this wonderful couple, Dennis and Michelle, who come all the way from the US, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are again then, at the start of the 20th edition of the HR Congress. A name, a brand that I think, at least in India and in many parts of the globe, has become synonymous and identified with the very best that the spirit of HR represents. I have been associated with this Congress for the 3rd year in a row. I'm 17 years short of its 20 years history. But as you saw from that video, all of you, the speed and the rate of change has been incredible. And these 20 years have seen so much of change in the way the World HR Congress has evolved. Why has that happened? It has happened because of that incredible bundle of energy, Raju Bhatia. A person who I sometimes perceive as an atomic particle in a cyclotron machine. He just whizzes and circulates and circumambulates. He spins around at speeds that generate incredible amounts of energy that somehow radiate through the hall and permeates through every one of us. So give him a very big hand, ladies and gentlemen. He's the kind of binding glue that brings us all together. And I feel incredibly happy this morning to stand before you today and to invite you to this cornucopia, this rich feast, this delightful series of events that characterize the very, very best of HR that India and the world has seen this past year. I know that each one of you, in each and every session that is about to unfold, will not just contribute, but will take away with you something that is truly meaningful, something you didn't know before, something that alerts your antenna to what's happening around you. You know, it's surprising that when I began my studies in HR 30 years ago, this word trust was a word that came through the HR system in small, tiny bits. And the one name I recall very distinctly, because I was then a student of Japanese management, was the name William Uchi, who talked of theory X and Y evolving to theory Z. And at the bottom of that theory Z lay this word, trust. We saw how in this video, the kind of mobility that the workplace now shows us. Employers change, employees change, people change. All of it is moving at a mind-boggling speed. And yet the HR field looks at retention, looks at development, looks at investment in your employees. And the answer that professionals need to give themselves is, if everyone's going to move so rapidly and so quickly, what challenges does it pose for all of us? Some of those issues are going to be addressed, so I don't want to actually second guess or foreclose all that's going to happen. But one great dimension to this World HR Congress is the fact that at the end of it, we're also going to talk about corporate social responsibility.